Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And for a few minutes, I want to talk a little bit about Taysom Hill. Now, for those that don't know, and according to many major media outlets, the New Orleans Saints will put a first-round tender on quarterback Taysom Hill. The reason why the Saints are doing this and the reason why the Saints can do this is because that Taysom Hill is a restricted free agent. Now, for those that don't really follow football and contracts and stuff like that, let me bring you up to speed. Okay, a first-round tender. That means that if a team wants to acquire the services of Taysom Hill, they will have to relinquish their first-round pick. And a restricted free agent is exactly what it says. It's a free agent with restrictions. If a team wants to offer Taysom Hill a contract, the Saints can counter offer that. Okay, it can't just be like, we're going to offer you $15 million, you sign a contract, and now you play for us. It doesn't work like that. The Saints have an opportunity to counter that offer before they decide to go and allow you to go out the door. It's kind of similar to when Willie Snead went to the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens offered him more money than the Saints were willing to pay for him, and that's the reason why Willie Snead is no longer with the Saints. But back to Taysom Hill. What does that mean? What does that mean, Who Dat Nation? Well, to me, it means that the Saints really believe that Taysom Hill is in the future when it comes to the New Orleans Saints. I'm not going to go out on a limb here and say he will be the franchise quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, because I still feel like, in my honest opinion, look, I like Taysom Hill, but I got to call it for what it is. I don't feel like Taysom Hill is the future of the New Orleans Saints. I don't think that he is going to be the guy to lead the New Orleans Saints to Super Bowls or even deep in the playoffs. I think he's a guy that can lead the Saints, to a couple wins, excite the crowd, wow the crowd a little bit, have people on their feet because of how athletic and how talented he is. But at the end of the day, when it's time for, quarterbacks to really show up to throw that pass to win that game, I don't see that in Taysom Hill. I still feel like the next successor to Drew Brees isn't in the locker room just yet. But that doesn't mean that I don't believe that Taysom Hill doesn't have a future. I think that the Saints think that he can do some great things, and I think he can do some great things. I think that the Saints, are kind of bluffing a little bit, if you ask me, between the lip service and throwing all the praise around for Taysom Hill and also, putting his first round tender on him. I feel like it's a bluff to other teams. And it's probably making other teams wonder, man, why are the Saints going all out? Why is Sean Payton doing interviews? Why are they putting first round tenders on this guy? This guy must really be something. So the Saints could possibly be doing this, to bluff a couple teams, to allow a team that probably is looking for another quarterback to scoop in and pick them up. And one team in particular, I'm not going to lie to you, a team that I really feel like would do this is the New England Patriots. I think the New England Patriots can and possibly will do something like that, but that remains to be seen. But they did put a first-round tender on Taysom Hill. He will continue to play for the Saints. If you ask me, even though I'm mentioning the New England Patriots, I don't think that a team is going to give up a first-round pick for a 29-year-old quarterback. I think that when teams are looking for the future of their franchise, they're looking for guys probably in their early to mid-20s and probably can, play, and for about 15, 16 years. When you look at Taysom Hill, he's 29. I think he's going to be 30 by the start of the season. I don't think that teams are going to be looking at a 30-year-old franchise quarterback. I mean, the most he probably can play is probably like around, 8 or 9 years, even though quarterbacks are playing well into their 40s. And that is kind of reserved for those elite quarterbacks like the Tom Brady's, the Drew Brees, and the Brett Favre's of the world. I don't think they have room for Taysom Hill in that group. But I would love to hear from you, man. What do y'all think about Taysom Hill? What do you think about this first round tender that the Saints are reportedly going to sign, with Taysom Hill? Do you think Taysom Hill is the future of the New Orleans Saints? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been the State of the Saints podcast. My name is TJ Jones. Thank you very much for taking the time out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com. Search the State of the Saints podcast. Also on YouTube is the State of the Game podcast. Check that out as well. We got about 62 subscribers right now. And, I'm looking for more subscribers to help that group grow. So thank you all very much for your love and your support. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?